Hey everybody, it's Jamie with Keene Point of View, the intersection of gay issues, politics, and Christianity. Happy Friday! Scandal! Psych, it's not back yet, but there is a real scandal this week involving the NSA and all of their data collection. So this week's video involves politics and gays, but not too much Christianity, unfortunately, just that Jesus saves as usual. So what is this NSA thing? This week, the Guardian newspaper from the United Kingdom, along with the Washington Post in America, broke a story from Glenn Greenwald concerning a former NSA contractor named Edward Snowden, who was a whistleblower. Edward Snowden used to work for Booz Allen Hamilton, a consulting company, and got a above top secret clearance. The story involved Verizon and other phone companies handing up phone call information to the United States government, and the government used that data to note trends in phone calls and compared that with other data from other security systems such as PRISM to stop attacks against America. PRISM either exists or it doesn't exist. And it is either a software that allows the government backdoor access to company servers such as Google and Apple and gives them full access to all the information there, or it gives them restricted access to their servers. Now, the government and these companies say that PRISM does not exist in the way that it's being defined in the media. It's quite possible that the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act courts, or FISA courts, the secret judges for FISA probably issued the secret order to pull the data, but PRISM only allows it for narrowly defined data and not full access, which was what was reported. Woo! You got all that? So let's talk about four things here. Glenn Greenwald, Edward Snowden, security clearances, and American idealism. First, I found out about Glenn Greenwald on Twitter. He was known to me as a liberal blogger who didn't like President Obama, cheered on President Bush's invasion of Iraq, and said that Obama supporters would justify anything President Obama did, even raping a nun. And he also lived in Rio in a gated mansion with his young male lover, and just recently started popping up everywhere on US televisions and in US media, and now I know why. He has a game plan. Edward Snowden was given a high-level security clearance and divulged information to the world about how America is spying on its citizens and the rest of the world. Some label Snowden a whistleblower, some label him a traitor. I think he's really an ideologue who sees himself as doing some good for his country, but ultimately, after running to communist China, of all places, because they're such a shining beacon of civil liberties, and telling them of President Obama's, he's trying to protect our networks in an aggressive manner. And Snowden let China know that America has been hacking their networks, although not military networks, for the last 4 years. He claims to have a list of CIA operatives in safe houses and said that he will divulge that information at any time. Now, I'm lost after this because I'm like, you're using this as leverage for what? I just question his patriotism and motives now. Also, he fails to realize that the next scandal will come along. Let me tell you, the IRS is so happy with the scandal this week. And we'll forget about this, but the cat is now out of the bag. So now the government has to make it pretty and dress it up. Onto the topic of security clearances. They're given to people who have an okay credit history or good justifications for bad credit, and for those who pass background checks. And you're only supposed to share this information in the proper channels. And I live in an area where a lot of people have security clearances, and they have a lot of access to data that you probably don't really want to know some of it. Do I like the Patriot Act or FISA? No. I think that America should do what it needs to, however, in order to keep the country safe. Does stuff need to be re-examined more so we more accurately define the line between privacy and security? Totally. Is every country watching the other? Yes. And this brings me to my last point. Here's what my issues with this idea of America being above the fray. We've been spying on other countries since 1776, and we're not going to stop now. And unless Snowden and Greenwald can both come up with some compelling information to fill in the gaps in this story, or answer questions that people have now that they're not answering, the story will continue to fall apart. The Guardian significantly, completely backed off. The Washington Post backed off a few days after it broke. And America as a light on the hill is a tarnished myth right now. And we have secrets, CIA agents, safe houses, and NSA surveillance for a reason. One of the reasons is, as an NSA work-study recruiter told my high school, was to make sure that what we're doing to other countries, they're not doing to us. And that does not look like securing our firewalls for our networks, people. Okay? Let's get a grip. Not condoning snooping on Americans, but when Americans are now plotting against America, I mean, what can you do? Again, the line between privacy and security needs to be examined and redefined. It's just that I don't like the idea of a police state, and I hope that we're not there. I just haven't heard anyone else come up with a solution yet for this week's news. Maybe that will come, maybe it won't. As I said, unless Snowden and Greenwald come up with more compelling information to show either how the information is being used and abused or a Fitz and Olivia sex tape, I just don't think that the story will continue to have legs. Again, this is Jamie with Keene Point of View, the intersection of gay issues, politics, and Christianity. Go ahead and check out the blog this week, KeenePointOfView.com. I blogged about why I like the idea of gay pride, how Bill Cosby blasted Christian churches in poor neighborhoods, and where I agreed and disagreed with him on that. And then I also blogged about my mother's response to that and how she lamented that fearful Christians are alive and well today when we need to be bolder. Once again, happy Friday, happy weekend. Subscribe to my channel here. Links to my blog, Twitter, and Facebook are below. Thank you for watching and take care.